Hi, good morning, everyone. A very warm welcome to the Westcon and Jabra Edge Virtual Partner Summit. We have an exciting agenda planned for you for today. So, before we start with our formal sessions, I would like to give you a quick insight into what we have in store for you today. As you must be aware, the key focus of today's summit is to help you understand how you can partner with Westcon and Jabra for your success. So we have a number of senior executives from both Westcon as well as Jabra, as well as key subject matter experts to share the latest updates with you during the summit today. Also, keeping in mind the current challenging times and the need for us to support the bigger community, we have decided to donate a small amount on behalf of each individual attending today's summit. The donations today will be made as a part of our CSR initiative, Westcon Comsto Unites, to the Lebanese Red Cross and to UNICEF for their ongoing projects in Bangladesh and Kerala. To add some fun and excitement to the summit today, we also have a planned performance by international award-winning magician and mentalist Larry Soffer, who will be mesmerizing you with his live magic tricks. And as most of you would have already seen, you can win exciting prizes by playing the game that's available. You will be able to play this game only before and after the summit today. So don't worry, if you were not able to play the game earlier, you will get a chance towards the end of the summit again. And you can also win exciting prizes by participating in the quiz that will be taking place towards the end of the summit. So, my request and my suggestion to you all is to be as attentive as possible. And last but most importantly, it's really important for us to get your feedback. So, please share your valuable feedback with us through the link that we'll be sharing in the chat option. Without further delay, I would now like to invite Steve Lockie, who is the Group Managing Director at Westcon Comsto Middle East, to talk about how resellers can partner with Westcon Comsto for their success. Hi, Steve.
Hi, good morning, Tushar. Morning, everybody. Morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's an absolute pleasure to be with you today on this Edge Summit. The Edge program is something that's unique to Westcon Comsto, and it really
Steve, we've lost your audio.
Sorry. Can you hear me now?
Perfect, thank you.
Okay, guys, we may have a bandwidth problem, so I'm going to just take off my video. How's the audio?
Audio is perfect, but your video is off now.
That's all right, no problem. Do you still have audio?
Audio is perfect, thank you.
Super. All right, I'll continue just with the slide data then, if that's okay. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, Steve, your audio is gone again.
So in the case of Jabra, we have dedicated teams within our unified comms and connectivity team. And they're designed to, still on audio? We're still okay? Apologies to...
All good now. Please continue.
Okay, great. So if you could just go to the previous slide, please. Our roles are bad. So it is really dedicated account managers, systems engineers, training and services to assist you as well. And in global deployment, it may not surprise you that Westcon Comstore is the largest footprint of any global VAD. And why is that important? You may have partners here or end customers that have global organizations. And for you as a partner to be able to offer them the capability to ship their solutions globally and deal with importation, value-added taxes, returns, this is something that is uniquely available from Westcon Comstore. Logistics and our digital distribution platforms. Paul Cunningham, our CMO, will talk to you more about this later. But our ability to move overnight when COVID happened to remote working without missing a heartbeat and remaining fully operational throughout really does tell you something about our digital capabilities. Annuities, not necessarily with Jabra, but certainly the ability to look at annuity offerings are critical to our business and yours. We have dedicated teams to support that. And last but not least, just coming back full circle there to 1 o'clock on the chart, marketing as a service. And we do a phenomenal, I would say that, but I think we do a phenomenal job in marketing. These events are just part of it, but we offer that to you as a partner as well. So we don't go directly to end users. We don't advertise directly to end users, but we will work with you as a partner to your end users. And that way we maintain your credibility and our credibility. So if you do have opportunities you see within this event or other events where you think you want to partner with us, where we can give you an extension of your own marketing department and help you create demand, please reach out to your account manager, to myself, or indeed to Shah. Could have the next slide, actually go 2 slides in. So COVID, it certainly has impacted and forced us on our digital transformation journey. And as Unified Comms partners, we've benefited immensely over the last 3 to 6 months as people have tried to move to secure, remote, scalable working solutions at home. But this is a journey and we're on it. And more importantly, our end users are on it. And in your own business, I'm sure you're finding that it's a moving target. Things are changing every day. As lockdowns change or customer rules change or how we interact with our clients change, we need to remain flexible. And remember that, of course, our end users are having that exact same challenge. They're really struggling at the moment, seeing what's the next path in this route to digital transformation. And what this tells us is that there's never been a better time to be closer to our customers. And of course, that's more than difficult to do because we're not traveling. So having great telecoms, great communications equipment, the sorts of products that, of course, Jabra are selling is not just important to their success, but also I would challenge to your success as well in keeping in touch with our partners. The sales cycles are becoming shorter and shorter. We've talked with some partners recently about Unified Comms PABX solutions. The sales cycle could be up to 9 months for one of these. And you look at the disruption in the industry around UCaaS, and the sales cycle for a Unified Comms as a service offering might be as short as 30 days. So as a PBX partner, you're calling on your end user every 3 months, 6 months to see how that PBX is going. You phone up and find it's gone because UCaaS has come in and taken that business away from you. And another reason why we really need to be closer to our end users, really understanding what their business needs are and matching them to the technology solutions. Talking of which, I mean, even in the most impacted areas of retail, wholesale, and transport, you see there's still lots and lots of opportunities. And Jabra, not just themselves, but through their partners, also have great technologies and solutions that can help us be profitable and make money during this difficult time. I'm going to close on that point. Thank you very much. My apologies for the audio and visual. It doesn't always go to plan, but I think we got the message over, and I'm going to hand back to Shah. Thank you very much for your time.
Tushar, you are muted.
It's catching, you see, Tushar. We're all catching it today.
Cool. Yeah. I guess working in the virtual world should make it better, but we are all getting worse. Yeah. Okay. So thanks, Steve. Thanks for the very informative session. I'm sure that our attendees today will find this information useful in adjusting to the new normal. And, guys, if you have any queries, please do send us and we'll get them addressed by our presenters today. Thanks once again, Steve. I would now like to welcome Paul Cunningham, who is our CMO at Westcon Comstore, to talk about Westcon Comstore's Edge and about our digital distribution journey. Hi, Paul. Welcome to the summit.
Hi, Tushar. Thank you very much. And let's hope the audio and video stays up. Welcome, everybody, and thanks for your attention today. I'm going to spend a few minutes talking about the theme of partnering with Westcon for success and how you can engage with us as partners in the emerging digital landscape to help your business grow and thrive. My starting point is that the channel as a business model is transforming. The way in which enterprises and organizations research, buy, consume, and change their use of technology is effectively changing. And one of the primary reasons for that is that it's an increasingly software-driven world. And even when we think about the hardware components and the additional elements of a solution we're providing, they're often consumed as part of a subscription or as a service model. And that is forcing us as channel players to think about our own businesses and how they need to adapt to meet that opportunity. So we're changing too. We're taking our 30+ years of experience as Westcon Comstore, and we're adding to that and applying it alongside your own expertise to help you adapt to this emerging digital world. And I want to spend a few minutes talking about some of the details of how we're doing that right now. For us, it's all about a commitment to innovation. And we are constantly looking at our services and our technology portfolio to ensure that you as our partners can arrive and grow effectively and very profitably in this new digital solutions landscape. Why is this important? The key word for me is relevance. Maintaining relevance to our customers and to our vendor partners requires us to transform and really focus on value creation. And we have an approach called Digital First, part of our strategy for the next 2 to 3 years, which builds on our existing strengths, but also adds to them as well. We start from a position of having a very strong global footprint, which Steve made reference to. We've got a very effective hybrid solutions portfolio covering, we believe, every key area of enterprise interest around information technology. We've proven very effective at solving technical and commercial complexity on behalf of our partners. And we think all of that tends to put us in a position where we can enable your growth. We've worked very closely over the last year or so with IDC, the analyst business, in understanding the kinds of transformations required for us as a business and for you as our partners. And whilst it's very important that we sustain those things that we've always been very effective at, such as the picking, packing, and shipping, the financing, the billing services, the partner enablement, we now need to layer over these transformational distribution services, which is about aggregation, both of the physical and the digital, those hybrid solutions I referenced. The fact that increasingly these are multi-party engagements, both in terms of the way the solution is built, but also the way that it's delivered. And that requires us to move towards a unified billing and metrics model. It may be a multi-component solution, but the customer still requires just one bill and one place to resolve issues. And of course, as Steve referenced again, we're supporting all of this with a digital go-to-market approach and the way in which we're not just communicating to our own partners, but helping our partners communicate to their end customers through services like marketing as a service is increasingly a part of this transformation. At the heart of this, there's one very simple goal. As the market shifts towards this consumption-based model around recurring revenues or annuities, we are trying to take away the heavy lifting and complexity associated with those models. It isn't just about the technology. The change in the business model makes us think in different ways about how we incentivize our salespeople, how we digitally market to our customers. And by us taking away some of the heavy lifting around that, we can help you focus on building and growing your business. And we do that through a combination of platforms and technology, our people and processes, and the knowledge that we can embed into those to help you make that shift. Our goal is to provide industry-leading tools and portals to ensure that these solutions are optimized and that you can therefore innovate in your business model at speed and at scale. And I'll just offer one or two examples of what I mean by that. As I said, it's very important that we can work in a hybrid way. Whilst the move to cloud-based solutions is accelerating, there's a very long tail of physical components and hardware in these hybrid solutions that we need to offer to the marketplace. So the ability to combine those in a single solution, a single billing model, is extremely important. Another key characteristic of these solutions is that we can monitor their usage pretty much in real time. And an understanding of how the customer is adopting and using the technology is extremely important to its future success, both within the customer organization and as a representation of what we can do as businesses. As we move to the as a service model, it becomes a continuous conversation with the customer about their success, about their adoption, about the issues they may be facing in achieving those things. So having the ability to track the solution's usage over time and to inform and advise the customer around how to get the very best out of it is a transition for us. Obviously, a key element of that is how is it performing? So understanding not just how they're using it, but what are the basic availability and performance characteristics of that solution is also important to track, because that can tell us a lot about how the customer is succeeding with the solution itself. The final example is this idea of consumption-based billing. A multi-component, multi-vendor solution still requires, from a customer's perspective, to be billed for once. If we're constantly having to unpick the commercial complexity of the billing environment on behalf of the customer, it's a major obstacle to us getting that customer to adopt our solutions. So moving all of this into a single framework for management is a key element of what we try to do. I want to talk a little bit about Edge, the theme of today's session, which is our framework for your success. And we would say that Edge is a proven approach to engaging and enabling you through a combination of tailored programs, tools, and support, all focused on growth and profitability. Edge stands for engage, develop, grow, and extend. And at each stage of that process, we've developed an approach and set of services and supporting models that will really help you to define where your best paths for growth exist and how to pursue them. In the engage stage, often triggered by a single opportunity, we help partners to engage and onboard with a key vendor or vendors and access the core services that will help them service that opportunity. As I said, that's often the trigger for a development conversation. We move into the next stage of develop. We can see that there will be growth opportunities and additional sales opportunities around that initial solution. So we then start to develop the confidence in our abilities with consultancy and support, mentoring and education, understanding pricing and programs from that mix of vendors that will help you pursue that as a particular opportunity type. With that in place, we can then focus on the growth stage, growing the business with these new technologies supported by marketing and services, and then we can extend, looking for the tangential and parallel opportunities that exist around not just that technology, but similar ones, looking for lookalike customers and lookalike opportunities that will really help us extend that opportunity and that solution into the marketplace. And as I said, we've developed a range of tools and services mapped to each stage of the Edge framework to really help you understand how to exploit it to greatest effect in your own business models. What it means is that we can be in the right place at the right time for the individual opportunities that you surface, and we can create that initial awareness of the future growth capabilities around that solution type. We can then do a health check to understand the real potential of that opportunity and how to drive optimum profitability through the right combination of products, services, and promotions, and then use that as the platform for future growth. In the growth stage, it's all about developing confidence and credibility and sharing our knowledge with you and onwards to your customers around this solution and its ecosystem. And finally, the extend stage is all focused on that tangential growth. And to pursue that, we've developed an additional service, which we believe is very important and critical to help you succeed in that extend stage. And we call that intelligent demand. And I'll take a second to explain what we mean by that. In those grow and extend stages, you expect us to drive end user demand, looking for net new business opportunities and to uncover what might be otherwise hidden opportunities in your installed base. To meet these expectations, we've developed this program called Intelligent Demand. And with Intelligent Demand, we combine our own very rich data that we generate through our transactional and operational systems. We augment that with third-party data from analyst businesses and data subscription services to allow us to ask and answer entirely new kinds of questions about the opportunity in the marketplace. So whether we want to grow the net new business, target a new vertical, maximize renewal rates in an installed base, outsmart the competition and look for displacement opportunities, or optimize our tech refresh opportunity in relation to obsolete or aging technologies, all of those questions can be answered using this intelligent demand service. So we could, for example, say which customers have employed vendor X in the financial services sector in the last 5 years, and who now may be ready on the basis of an additional purchase they've made in vendor Y to add a particular kind of managed service. Those sorts of questions are easily asked. We can interrogate our data, come back with a very accurate and representative sample of data that allows us to execute on much more informed and much more targeted marketing campaigns that, based on the customer's propensity to buy, stand much more chance of success, can be executed more quickly, and when we support them with digital marketing, executed much more cost effectively. So I would encourage you to speak to Tushar and the team about how intelligent demand can be used to assist you in achieving these goals. As Steve mentioned in his introduction, our focus is on partnership. We have great capabilities, but we want to use those to develop your capabilities. So whatever your business model, whether you're a managed service provider, a relatively new, born in the cloud reseller, an established VAR, a solutions integrator looking at vertical market opportunities, indeed a technology vendor or an ISV from a software origin, we believe that we can work with you to develop the practice that you need based on your opportunity, focusing on your experience, your skills, your customers, to differentiate your business and to attain that relevance in this changing digital landscape that I referred to earlier. And the ultimate goal is to create and sustain those new revenue streams that will see us succeed in that landscape. So in short, everything we do around this is oriented towards a successful partnership with you and driving additional growth and profitability. With that, I'd like to say thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoy the rest of what I know will be a very satisfying and engaging event, and we look forward to working with you in future. Tushar, back to you.
Thanks, Paul. Thanks for the very insightful presentation. I'm sure that the information will be helpful to our attendees to further strengthen their engagement with us. I would now like to invite John Baptiste, who is the Managing Director for Europe, Benelux, and MEA at Jabra, to give us an overview about Jabra.
Thank you, Tushar. Alex, please confirm my audio is okay. Alex?
Yes, everything's perfect. Please continue.
Very good. So you are going to push the slides for me, or should I do it?
You will be doing that, please.
I do it? Okay, so let's start. So welcome everyone. Good morning or good afternoon, almost for some of us. First, before entering my presentation, I will make it short, not too many slides, just to introduce the company and who we are and what is the market we are operating in. I would like first to thank the Westcon group for the invitation to that session. It's a long time. We are partnering with Westcon in Europe, Middle East, Africa. So thank you to the Westcon team for organizing this event and giving us the opportunity to give some insights on our business. But before entering the presentation, I would like also to give some words on the situation. I mean the COVID-19 and the lockdown. So it has been a terrible period for a lot of companies, and still the case where we see many industries negatively impacted with very low demand or even no demand at all. So that's a disaster. I hope they will recover soon. At Jabra, that's a different situation, as you can imagine. We are this kind of company making solutions that in that period of time, we see a huge demand on the market. So could be seen as positive news. It is, but still, it's a crisis that we are crossing, and people are dying from that. So there is absolutely no no positive communication to make around it. It's just a worldwide reality, and we are doing our best at Jabra to serve the market as per the demand. Since the beginning, we always took care of the priorities, medical space, especially all these organizations that are helping the world to exit that crisis. So that's where we stand for now. The work from home for the last years has been a trend, depending on the market, depending on the country. It was accepted or less accepted. I can see a huge difference between some countries in my area, where the maturity was more or less, depending on the companies and the job you do in the companies. But work from home is today a reality. The world has been forced to enter this new way of working. So that's where we are. So we see a huge demand. The market is extremely fast growing. I can give you an example. A few months back, I was talking with Zoom, and this company for the fiscal year 2020 was planning to reach $800 million US, and today they are thinking about reaching $1.8 million US. So that's 1 billion on top. So it gives an idea on how these platforms have been massively used and massively deployed and activated. I'm giving the example of Zoom because I have a number to share. But if you think about the Cisco, the Microsoft, and all the players in that space, they have seen a huge demand. And this is where we stand. So we do our best to serve the market. Of course, production and logistics are challenging, but as a company, as a team, we do our best to recover. My next slide is the story of Jabra. So we are not born yesterday. It's a group that has been built 150 years ago by a person called Tidgen. He was the founder of that group at that time. It was a public company, and we've been the first to establish a telecommunication network between China and the rest of the world. And this guy, the vision he had, I think, is still the good vision is that the development of the world is dependent on communication. So we can see that today as a reality. So as a group, we are 6,000 people in the world. We operate in around 100 countries. So we are a global company with the headquarters located in Denmark. And we have a different research center. We will talk about that later again. Also, we have some in Denmark, US, Holland, and China. Through the story of the company, I think two things we can notice is that it has always been about innovation. As an example, we've been the first one in 1991 to have the ultra noise cancelling headphone. We were the first. We created the first Bluetooth headset back in 2000, and along the time up until this year, so we've been pioneer in innovation. We also made some strategic acquisition that are making the group as it is today. In 1999, we had the recent acquisition. In 2000, we acquired the brand Jabra. 2016, Blue Parrot, and finally last year in 2019, Altia Systems. I will come back to that later. So that's 150 years of, as we say, making life sound better through innovation, acquisition, to be relevant today to the market and to our customers and partners. As a group, we are called GN, which means Great Nordics. So it's a company quoted on the Nasdaq in Copenhagen. So GN is the holding of the group, and inside that group, so you are familiar, I guess, with Jabra as a brand, but we also operate in the medical space with a few brands there: Reedsound, Belton, ODG, and Interton. So these are brands where we do hearing aids for people not being to hear correctly. So that's probably where our best expertise is coming from, because there is nothing more complex than giving back the ability to hear correctly when your ears are damaged. So that's the medical space. The professional grade, and that's mainly what we are going to cover today with two brands, Jabra and Blue Parrot, and we should have headed Panacast for the video space, but I will again come later on that new acquisition that we've made last year. So that's the professional grade, and the consumer grade with the same brand. So that's where we operate in the retail and online with, again, Jabra and Blue Parrot, the two brands we have for that space. So that's the group. Maybe you discover that we have also operations in the medical space, but as a group, we are unique because we are the only one offering the kind of hands-free solutions for communication and collaboration. Our purpose is to make life sound better. So our vision is to have the best solutions to audio solutions to transform our lives, our professional lives, personal lives, through the power of sound. Acoustic is what we do. We are expert in acoustic. We have very deep expertise with probably the best experts in the world in acoustic. With a lot of innovation. What I like to do 1 or 2 times a year is to invite customers and partners to our labs in Denmark, where they can discover how deep is the expertise and how complex is sound when it comes to collaboration and communication, and that you need to hear the people the best way possible, wherever you are, whatever you do. And it makes the transition to my last slide. Is we like to say that work is not where you are, but is what you do. And your job, you can make it in a very different spaces. You can work from home, as I'm doing today. I guess you can see it over the video. Can work at the office, but I can't go every day because we have some rules to respect, and so not everybody can come the same day. So office sometimes. Last week I had the chance to travel to Dubai, so I also work from the airport, from the hotel, and yeah, depending on what is your job, and you can work from very different spaces and location, and for that you need to have a solution that fits your needs, because the one size fits all is not what we see in the market. That's not what we want to push as a message. You may have one device covering all your needs, or you may need 2 devices or 3 devices. In my case, I'm using, while I'm talking, a Speak 710 that you can see on video, and also my camera Panacast. And after that call, I will probably use another device, wireless device, Evolve 75. So that's my last slide. And Alex, the next is a video. So if you can run it for me, I would appreciate. Again, thank you for joining.
Hey, how are you? Sometimes you wonder if things could be different. Sometimes you feel a desire to change things. Sometimes you get ambitions to do things smarter.
At Jabra, we engineer with a purpose shaped by inspiration, desire, and ambition. It's what our company has been doing for 150 years. Looking at everyday problems and then engineering products to solve them. Today, we're the only people creating consumer headphones, professional headsets, and hearing aids under one roof. We've always been fascinated by sound, wanting to make life sound better by discovering new technologies. We don't just engineer products, we engineer better ways of doing things. Ways that improve your productivity at work, ways that give you more freedom, and ways that enable you to push yourself further. We're shaped by the past, but inspired by the future.
So thank you, Alex, for running the video for me. So thank you, everyone, for joining that session. It has been a pleasure to share some information with you. And again, thank you to the Westcon group and the Westcon team for inviting Jabra to that session. Much appreciated. Thank you, and have a good day.
Thank you, John. Thanks for a very insightful presentation and sharing that very interesting video. I would now like to welcome Nigina, who is the channel and end customer manager for MEA and Turkey, to talk about work from anywhere, flexible working, and also give us an overview on Evolve 2. Hi, Nigina. Welcome to the summit today.
Hi, everyone. Thanks to Shar, and welcome for joining us today at the event. So let's talk about the changing environment, about next normal. This year has brought us the next normal, which was not planned last year, and studies show that the post-pandemic remote workers will grow 6 times over the pre-pandemic numbers. And 85% of business leaders said that productivity has increased in their businesses as a result of flexible working. So flexible working has become a next normal for everyone. New ways of working. If you have followed Jabra for a while, you will know that we have been talking about new ways of working and how to hack office productivity for almost 10 years. We have seen the rise of open office working and the spread of unified communication keep on rising, and supported customers with audio tools to help drive their productivity in busy work environments. And now in 2020, that pace of change has accelerated a lot, even further, with businesses challenged in ways that were unthinkable just a year ago. Our new ways of working has become a new normal. So I'll give you in further slides a couple of statistics. According to PwC CFO Pulse survey, 49% of CFOs are considering permanent work from home setups for roles that allow it. This forced move made us realize that we can work from home efficiently. And as I mentioned before, it even increased the productivity. For Brian Kropp, a Gartner VP, says companies could see a real estate saving of 20% or more if employees continue to stay home. According to Trade Group Airlines of America, in April, an average of 150,000 passengers traveled through airport checkpoints per day, a 95% drop from an average about 2 million before the pandemic started. Will this resurface after COVID-19? Yes. but there will be a major reduction in business travel to mitigate risk and save costs. So the types of flexible working scenarios we are leveraging, we are seeing is leverage digital transformation to support flexible working with permanent work from home setups, downsized and decentralized real estate footprints with reconfigured and reduced office spaces. On-site video and new location for newly virtual industries or verticals, less air travel and commuting, and lower use of public transport. You may also have noticed that road traffic got less in Dubai, which is good. The transition to flexible working was already well underway, but 2020 has changed everything. I think this year is significant. Has made significant changes on the flexible working. Accelerated these trends even more. I will give you some numbers further in my slides. Entire workforce moved to remote almost overnight, including all the office-based workers. Nobody expected it. Staff and contact center agents as well. And this trend is set to continue with remote working taking over the office-based working by 2025. A recent study by US bank Morgan Stanley research unit AlphaWise of 4,300 office workers questioned in UK, France, in Germany, in Spain, and Italy found that 82% of who have worked from home during the pandemic would like to continue remote working. I will give you an example of my husband's company that was very conservative in remote working, and I've been telling my husband that actually remote working works, working from home works, and actually you're more productive. But 2020 has pushed such companies, such conservative companies, to work from home, and it made them realize that working from home works, and as I mentioned before, it increases productivity. Some interesting big tech flexible work status. Barclays, 70,000 staff currently working from home. Facebook extending work from home until end of this year. And MasterCard, they say that majority of its employee can work from home until they are ready to return, and they are looking to consolidate their global offices. Twitter has offered staff the option of working from home permanently, as per their chief executive Jack Dorsey. And transformations were already underway in the contact center world as well, with many contact centers considering moving to cloud-based or digital solutions. 2020 has fast-forwarded it. Gartner estimated over 70% of agents are working from home or elsewhere in this year, facing a new range of challenges, a complete reversal of the picture just a year ago. What a big change. So let's see how customers are adapting to the new normal and how their changing needs can be met. Flexible working is here to stay, and employees express varying options on how they want to continue working in the new normal. But one of them is for sure, employees want more flexibility. We are seeing a rise of a flexible office, which is hybrid approach. Now everybody calling it hybrid. It's a new normal word, I would say. It becoming more and more normal, this hybrid working. or mix of both. In fact, remote workers report that they are happiest when they spend 76% of their time working remotely. The new normal is no longer be a single location but in various locations to support convenience, functionality, and well-being, and encourage bonding with customers and colleagues. Office footprints will need to balance social distancing needs against space and headcount demand in the new total workspace strategy. Workers cite many benefits from working from home with flexibility, family time, and the lack of commute, all positives. But I guess you also enjoy, perhaps you feel more productive when you spend that commuting time on the road and on the road traffic working. You start working, spending that time more and being more productive. But workers are actually busy, and it shows also that workers are actually busier than ever. The average work day has increased by 12%, which adds up to an extra hour a day. Meetings are also getting bigger, with 18% more participants between, let's say, the start of this year, February and April, and one 300% team at Microsoft saw an 18% jump on one-on-one meetings. In sometimes back, I would say before 2020, when I joined Jabra, I started working from home. It was for me a new normal. But I had people approaching me and asking me when I tell them I work from home, they would say, "Oh, I wish I wish I would work from home as well." By the meaning that they thought of working from home actually easier and you spend less time working when you work from home. But 2020 showed everyone actually when you work from home, your productivity increases and you actually work extra an hour or even more. Sometimes you can't disconnect. It's not all perfect. With a lack of human interaction and less sense of belonging. 45% of newly remote workers report that their sense of belonging suffers at home, and 18% struggle to unplug, as I mentioned. So you see, unified communications is critical enabling factor for new flexible working patterns and to keep disparate teams together. Work has merged with our private lives. We take professional calls while cooking lunch, and we need to concentrate while kids are playing in the living room. So our work has not changed, but our environment has. We are less in the office, and the new working location can be a challenge. Workers need even more professional quality when working from home or elsewhere, hotels, for example, and UC certified devices are must to have. Just look at the growth of usage in Zoom and Microsoft Teams over recent months. As everyone adapts for virtual ways of working, it has increased drastically. So when looking for devices for workers, they need to call call controls to make it easy to use UC platforms with their PC or phone, or in the professional sound with noise cancelling boom arm microphones. And for IT managers, they must boost UC adoption with proven functionality to enhance user experience. Offer plug and play devices that can be easily installed by users. This is where unified communication certified devices from Jabra can offer real productivity payoffs with great collaboration and the peace of mind of a headset that works with your work. And it's similar story in the contact centers. Transforming to cloud-based or digital solution has accelerated, and companies need to make major operational changes while ensuring customer experience remains as of high importance. One positive spin-off from this is that the vast majority of agents can more easily work remotely. In fact, a recent study sponsored by Genesis found that 71% of agents were working remotely in 2020. This also enables contact centers to hire from a wider talent room. However, this is not without challenges, and supervisors must find new ways to train and motivate remote agents and keep the spirit of high-performing team alive. And agents must deal with increasingly complex and longer calls. As when customers face an important issue or problem, myself, I realized since my buying habit online increased, with that increased my calling into these call centers for the service. Research shows that they prefer to talk to a person and provide empathy, reassurance when you call the agents call centers. So, and companies are moving from cost-based KPIs to recognizing that customer satisfaction is critical. Indeed, this is now the number one most important KPI for many contact centers, with 88% prioritizing customer satisfaction. So while agents feel their role is now more strategic and rewarding than 2 years ago, the pressure is on. Brands must deliver on the voice of your brand that you promise. So for headset, that means they need professional devices with outstanding audio that are flexible enough to work with all leading contact center platforms and make every customer call a great one, a great experience. And one of the cores, that's where Jabra comes in. So now I would like to show you a short video about working from anywhere. Alex. So, what's in it for you, you may ask? So much change and at such a short period of time. For example, companies have squeezed their digital agenda and plans that they had for a period of 3 to 5 years into this year. For example, Carrefour in Middle East, Carrefour UAE. Online business was supposed to become that is right now, originally over a period of 3 years, but 2020 had different plans. How can you build your business and stay on top of these developments? What is it for you? Let's continue in the next slide. Tap into emerging opportunities as it takes off, with 44% of IT managers looking to cloud services to facilitate long-term remote work, and 62% of IT leaders looking to downsize physical IT infrastructure and move to the cloud. Effective collaboration and communication from anywhere are key considerations. Demonstrate your expertise and be a trusted advisor by offering them the solutions that enhance flexibility while supporting their different remote working styles, helping them to stay up to date with current work trends. So boost the adoption and keep them coming back for more. When your customer make a big investment in unified communications or contact center software, the acid test is whether the employees use their investment. By offering a market-leading portfolio of certified devices that increase employee satisfaction and boost adoption, you will gain a loyal customer who looks to you to provide the latest, most effective remote working tools time and time again. So your customers are getting flexible, but how about you? Be part of the solution by being the one to offer the right professional audio devices from the world leading Evolve series and our Speak and Engage series. Evolve 2, so if you have noticed, I'm wearing one myself, and I'm going to go into more details about our new Evolve next generation products. As you saw from our data, concentration, collaboration, flexibility is must coexist to power productivity. And these are therefore the key pillars of Evolve 2. Concentration is all about eliminating noise, interruption to enhance individual work. And in the Evolve 2 line, we introduce a new generation of noise isolating ear cushion and ANC, which will silence the environment around the user. To stop those interruptions, we have also stepped up the busy light design, making it far more visible from all angles. So all the busy lights will go around it. As you can see in my hand, I have Evolve 285, and it's a beige color. There are two color varieties, black and beige. Evolve 285, the key concentration enabler here is the digital hybrid ANC, which is a full microphone system designed to remove surrounding of open office or surrounding noise when you're working from home. There are microphones that pick up and cancel out noise on the outside of the ear cups, and then additional microphone inside the ear cups, which remove noise that has leaked through. The 40 millimeter speakers selected not only deliver a rich and clear music sound, but have also been specifically designed to make the ANC system as effective as possible. Finally, a hallmark of Evolve 2 is 360 busy light, as I mentioned in my previous slide, which lights up around it and in the hotspots, like making it visible from every angle. So if your colleague or someone approaches you from any angle, they can see that you are busy. This means that you will get you will not get disturbed, and people who wants to collaborate with you will be able to see whether you are busy or not from every far away, I would say. And not to forget, before I forget to mention, if you can see in my slide, the hours of battery has drastically increased up to 37 hours of battery. Evolve 265, the one I'm wearing right now. Evolve 265 has a lot of same features as Evolve 85 in terms of a new chipset, the 360 degree busy light, powerful speakers, and so on. It offers a truly all-day battery time with 37 hours of non-stop calls and music. And the Open Office certified call performance is secured with a 3 microphone system in two in the boom arm, and in the right ear cup and inside. Which ensures that your voice and not the noise around you is transmitted to the person on the other end of the line. So, for example, right now I have in the other room my kids running around wild, but you should not be able to hear them. Another big focus here is passive noise cancellation, where we have added extra layers of material and selected a special foam type and ear cushions that remove more noise. So next in this family is Jabra Evolve 40, is the wired version. I don't have it with me right now. It's a wired version of Evolve 65. As such, comes with a very similar feature set. The main difference is the connectivity, which is for Evolve 240 is USB A and USB C. So Evolve 2 works with all leading UC platforms and is our first range of headsets certified for Microsoft Teams, guaranteeing the best experience. Certified headsets bring the Microsoft Teams UC to a new level with both audio and video experience. So in the audio side, natural audio by covering more frequency bands than the other compatible headsets, noise suppression in outgoing audio to manage noise from co-workers or from your kids, in my case, voices directly in front and to the side of the user. Side tone support, which is the ability to hear your own voice while talking, so that you can regulate how loud you speak. Echo reduction to limit the echo when speaking into the room. Intelligent guidelines to remove audio distortion and artifacts. And finally, latency guidance guidelines to ensure that there is no delay between your voice and the platform you're using. Speaking about the experience, a Microsoft Teams certified headset works out of the box with no additional configuration required, and ensures that following standards like call control, answering and ending calls, adjust audio volume, mute and unmute. For example, in the current headset that I have, Evolve 65, I can just, if I want to unmute myself, I can put the microphone up, and if I want to, the other way around, if I want to mute myself, I can put the microphone up, and if I want to unmute myself, like right now, I can put the microphone down. So which works with Microsoft Teams. Teams button Teams button in the headset. Teams dedicated button. Whenever Teams app join meeting, virtual rooms, missed call notification, and voicemail, as well as direct integration with Teams voice assistant by long pressing. And various support for using headset while charging and firmware updates. And I forgot to mention also the purple LED light will be flashing when the user is not wearing the headset. I would like to play a video, short video right now. Alex. I think our event managers like the video so much that they played it almost 3 times. But with my headset, with my Evolve headset, I enjoy the great audio of and great sound. Engineered for Microsoft Teams, Evolve 2 sets a new standard for ecosystem and experience. All products will have UC versions and variants certified for Microsoft Teams with a dedicated Teams button, as I mentioned earlier. This button will allows you to directly join meetings or launch Teams by simply pressing the button. You will also get notification about missed calls, voice mails, and meetings started, whether these are delivered visually via LEDs or through voice prompt, depends on whether the user is wearing the headset, which it knows thanks to the intelligent sensors. The insight pillar is also strengthened by a range of UC monitoring partnerships and our partner first approach, which gives developers access to SDKs and APIs in order to customize and build on our solutions. So finally, Jabra offers a strong suite of first-party software, giving the IT manager full control of his headset assets and the user's ability to fully personalize their sound experience. Now, with the new standard comes a new packaging. To conclude this deck, we want to end, to conclude about Evolve 2, and not the entire deck yet. We want to show you the new packaging. Those of you familiar with our brown boxes of today will recognize that this is much like our products is a big step in design for enterprise products. We know that many users unbox the products. Sometimes that IT just brings the product as with the box to the user, and they unbox it themselves. And we feel it's important that the box is a representative of the premium product inside. So it is, however, not just a good-looking box, but also an environmentally friendly one that 100% sustainable. We also removed all the foam, plastics, and place manuals online. So what resources that we can give you to support you along the way? If you are not yet part of Jabra One Zone, I would request you kindly to join Jabra One Zone, our partner program, which will enable your teams, your sales team, or your marketing team, from to do e-learning online, to have a sales tools, make your sales teams familiar with new products, everything that the sales need to go out and promote the product. And then you can also get the latest marketing assets for marketeers. It's not just sales, but for marketeers. So all the marketing assets, infographics, banners, guidelines, emails, everything is ready to help for marketeers. And also you can build your marketing campaigns, which whenever we have a new marketing campaign, we post it in One Zone to enable you to promote it even further. So with that, my deck is concluded. I hope it was interesting, and thank you very much again. We will continue now with some more interesting facts from my colleagues about Panacast and Speak. And I think we have some more surprises coming up further. Thank you.
Thanks for your presentation. It was really insightful. Hi, everyone. I guess we have now reached the part of our summit today that you guys have been eagerly waiting for. So please join me in welcoming celebrity mentalist and magician Larry Stoffer, who's here to blow away our minds with his amazing magic tricks. Hi, Larry. Welcome to the show.
Is that Prince Harry?
Oh my word!
This will be unbelievable. So you ready for this?
Yeah.
Big Bang. You see?
Oh my god!
Stop, that was an F.
Nice, yo, that's crazy, dude. Whoa.
Hi, everyone, and thank you very much for that wonderful introduction, Tushar. It's a great pleasure to be a part of this event here today with all of you guys at Jabra. We're going to have a lot of fun here today. My name is Larry Stoffer, and I'm a mentalist. I read minds, I predict the future, I bend metal, I do weird and wonderful things that you're going to get to experience some of that here today. In fact, we're going to get some people up onto the stage platform over here. So let's get AJ up, Marikar, and Chandra. It would be great to have you guys up here. Nice to meet all of you. We're going to do a little bit of a warm-up with all of you guys. And even if you're at home and you're not here on the screen, I want you to warm up with me, okay? So everybody raise your right hands like this. Excellent. So even if you're at home, I want you to do this as well. I want you to take your index finger and your thumb and place it together. Great. And take that circle and place it on your chin. I see you guys were pretty sharp. I see it was that Marikar. Are you Marikar? Yes, I see Marikar almost went for this being the chin. That just shows me how easily you're going to be able to be influenced here today. And if we could have Chandra up as well, that would be great. So Marikar, I actually had a dream about you guys last night. And in my dream, you're all standing in front of me here like this. And Marikar, in my dream, you chose a card. I saw which card you chose. This morning, I turned that card upside down in this pack. So if you had to think of a card right now and it had to match that card that's upside down, that would be crazy, right? Yes, and you can unmute yourself.
Sorry for that. Yes, exactly.
No problem. And AJ, if you want to unmute yourself as well, you can. We won't get feedback with the few people that we have here on the screen, all right? If Chandra is not there, maybe we could get Ahmed up on the screen. Or Andre is perfect. Great. Is it Andre? Great. Okay, cool. Hi, Andre. So, Marikar, if you had to think of a card right now and it had to match that card that's upside down, that would be insane, yes?
Yes, that would.
What card would you think of?
Should I say it now?
You can say it now.
Queen of Hearts 9.
Oh, okay. So 9 is a separate card to
Queen of Hearts. I mean, Queen of Hearts.
Queen of Hearts. Are you sure about that, or do you want the 9 of something? Totally up to you.
Queen of Hearts.
Queen of Hearts. This is so weird. I have one face-up pack inside this box with one card that's turned face down. That's one card that's turned face down in an entirely face-up pack. Marikar, wouldn't it be so weird if that was the...
Oh my gosh!
Thank you very much. Now, I know that during this time,
Wow.
it's extremely difficult to applaud or to do anything like that. And even you could see Marika wanted to applaud softly so it doesn't give any feedback. So the way we can resolve that issue is by doing what I call the virtual clap. So everybody raise your right and your left hand like this for me, please. And I want you to shimmer your hands like this. And Andre, if you could do that, or Andrea, you can. Yes, you can shimmer your hands back and forth. Great. And that's how you can still show love during this time. So if you want to give an applause, you can still show your love by doing that. That's what I call the virtual applause. Yes. So I wonder, can we get AJ up here? Because I want to try something with AJ as well. And Marika, you can stay. And then Ahmed, we're going to get back to you. In fact, I heard that AJ, if he's around, is he around, guys? If not, we're going to use Ahmed over here, okay? So Ahmed, do you have your cell phone with you? If you could unmute yourself,
yes, I do.
please. Yeah. Great. And Ahmed, what kind of cell phone is that?
It's Xiaomi.
Say again?
It's Xiaomi, Redmi.
Oh, okay, Xiaomi. I've never heard of that one before, but that's cool. So do you what kind of, do you have Google Chrome, or do you have an internet browser that we can use?
Yes, we can use the Chrome.
Great. So I want you to go on there and I want you to type in this full phrase. You're going to type in, how many articles are there on Wikipedia? And Ahmed, once you've typed that in, you can let me know. I'm going to show you how impossible this next effect is that I'm about to do. But before we get into that, I just want to do something else with Marika and with, how do I say your name? Is it Andre or Andrea?
Andrea.
Andrea. Okay, great. So Andrea and Marika, we're going to do something very special here today. And then we're going to get back to Ahmed in just a bit. But you've searched for that right now, Ahmed. You can leave your cell phone aside for a moment. And we have some numbers over here. And I've prepared something very special just for you guys here today. I've got different numbers over here. You can see them. And I'm going to mix them up face down. I don't want you guys to see how I'm mixing these numbers up. And like I said, I was going to try and influence you guys to choose particular things here today. And this is where we're going to do that right now. In fact, Andrea, if you could just say stop, and that will be the first number that we use. And I'm going to try and influence you to create the impossible here today. So Andrea, if you could just say stop for me.
Stop.
This one in my hand or the one that I already placed down?
In your head.
In my hand. So this one goes over here in position number 1. Say stop.
Stop.
This one?
Yes.
Great. You're doing perfectly, Andrea. And Marika, you're going to help me out with this. Just say stop. I'm going to try and influence you to think of particular numbers. I'm hoping you're going to go for the exact one I need. Just say stop. Over here or over here?
On the 4th, please. Yes, that one, please.
That is perfect, because that's the one that I wanted you to go for. Say stop again.
Stop.
This one?
On the second one.
The second one. Okay. I'm so glad you said that, because it looks like it's a free choice, doesn't it?
Yes.
But it's really not. So let's do the last one with Ahmed. Ahmed, say stop.
On the first one.
This one?
Yep.
So this one goes over here, and then this one goes in the last position over here, right? Okay, great. So, Ahmed, you could have chosen absolutely anything, but you chose to do these ones. Do you want to swap these ones around, or are you happy?
Okay, you can swap the last two.
The last two. So you want this one like this, and you want this one like this, right?
Yep.
Okay, great. So you guys created these numbers. You created this particular number, which is 621861. 621861. This is so interesting. Because remember, this piece of paper has been sitting here the entire time, and it says exactly 621861. And I know things can seem impossible at the moment because we're in a new normal. They can almost seem upside down. But the cool thing is that with Jabra, anything is possible.
Whoa.
Interesting.
Thank you very much. Now, you guys have been so cool. I want to try something with Ahmed. Ahmed, you did that search for how many articles are there on Wikipedia, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Great. And if you could open up your internet browser again, and then you should see a website there, the first or second website that says WikiCount. Do you see that?
WikiCount. Yes.
Great. You can click into that, and then just show us on the screen what it says. Perfect. So it says there are approximately 6 million articles in the English Wikipedia. Is that as of today, Ahmed?
Yes, it's for today. Yes, 22nd September.
Great. And am I saying your name correctly? Is it Ahmed? Ahmed?
It's Ahmed. It's fine.
Ahmed? Yes, so Ahmed, I want you to tell us how many words per article are there. It should say just below that.
That's 1475. 1475.
1475?
Yes.
So 1475 times 6 million, that would give us somewhere between 8 and 9 billion words on Wikipedia. Ahmed, I'm going to read your mind on one of those 8 to 9 billion words, and that's how insanely impossible this next effect is that I'm about to do. So I want you to scroll down and visit Wikipedia.
Okay. Visit Wikipedia.
Do you see that? Yes?
Yep.
And then go into the little magnifying glass inside Wikipedia.
Search, yeah.
Okay. And then type in any friend or family member's name. Somebody who there's no way that I could ever possibly know.
Okay. Yes.
In fact, why don't you rather delete every single letter, and rather type in a celebrity's name instead. So delete every single letter and type in an actor's name or actress, sports star, musician, totally up to you.
Okay.
Let me know when you've done that.
Yep, done.
And you would type in the full name. So if it was Jennifer, you'd say Jennifer Lopez or Jennifer Aniston.
It was a Pakistani actor.
Don't tell me the name. Did you just say the name out loud?
No.
No. Okay, perfect. So if you could, so did you press search?
Yes. Now search it. Yes, I'm in the
Great.
search.
So now you have an article, right?
Correct.
Okay, cool. So I want you to scroll down through your article, and I want you to choose a word with more than 7 letters. So you know that if I get this right, this will be super impressive, first of all, but also make sure that the word is totally disrelated to the celebrity that you thought of. So make sure it's a totally random word. And Ahmed, you can let me know when you've got a nice long word there in your mind.
Yes, got it.
Great. You can put your phone face down, so there's no way I could see anything across the screen. Andrea and Marika, would you agree that right now it's impossible for me to know what Ahmed's word is? So he's thinking of a celebrity, thinking of a word. It would be impossible for me to know either, right? Great. So I'm going to try and get this from your mind right now, Ahmed. And where are you situated? Where are you based?
I'm in Abu Dhabi right now.
Okay, great. And I'm here in Cape Town. So I mean, we tens of thousands of kilometers apart. I'm in Cape Town, South Africa. So if I could get this name or this word from your mind right now, this would be insane, right?
Correct.
Because you didn't even touch the word. You just thought of it, yes?
Yep.
So put your hand toward my hand like this. Great. And just in your mind, repeat the first letter of your word over and over, like R, R. It's not an R, is it? Is it an A? No. Okay, I wasn't sure. I'm getting that there's an R or an A in something that you thought of. Is there an A in your celebrity's name?
Yes.
Okay, good. That's probably what I was getting, because sometimes a capital A and a capital R can look very similar, but I was getting the A. That's good. What is the first letter of your word that you thought of, the random word?
S.
S. Can you spell out your word letter by letter, just in your mind? Never out loud. Start now. Stop. That was a G, yes?
Correct.
From the letter G, keep spelling now. Stop. That was a T that you just looked at, yes?
Correct.
And in your mind, Ahmed, you freaked out a little bit and you skipped all the way to the end of the word and you looked at another letter D, yes?
Correct.
Now, I have no idea what your word is, but you were thinking, he probably knows what my word is right now.
Correct.
I have no idea what your word is. Can you just lower your hand for me? I'm going to try and receive this from your mind. Can you just spell out your word for me from beginning to end, just in your mind? Start again now. Excellent. Okay, I'm getting something here. This is great. Ahmed, if I have your word, one of 8 to 9 billion words on Wikipedia right now, this would be crazy, yes?
100%.
So for the first time, Ahmed, tell everybody, what was the word you're merely thinking of?
Suggested.
Suggested? Crazy, right?
It is crazy, yeah, indeed.
Now, before you thought of suggested, you thought of a celebrity, yes?
Correct.
Look at me. I'm getting... Is this an actor?
Yes, he is.
But it's not a Hollywood actor. This is... Is this somebody from Pakistan?
Yes.
Yes? I don't know, but I'm definitely getting an actor. Just say the name over and over in your head, over and over, like... Fawad Khan. Fawad Khan,
Correct.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
Now, what's even crazier is before you thought of Fawad Khan, you thought of a family member, right?
Correct.
But you didn't even search for this family member. You searched for Fawad Khan, right?
Correct.
So if I could get this family member's name from your mind right now, this would be out of this world, right?
100%.
So here we go. This is a male, yes?
Yes.
Brother?
Kind of.
Kind of? It's like a brother-in-law or cousin?
Brother-in-law, yeah.
Like that? What is that?
What?
Was it like a brother-in-law?
He's my brother-in-law, yes.
Your brother-in-law. Because I was getting like a very close connection, but I'm getting that you guys are really close, almost like as if you were really brothers.
Yes, we are.
Yes. I'm getting he's quite like a comical kind of character, like a lot of fun to be around. Yes.
How can you do that? Tell me.
Yeah. And also he loves to, when he's at a party, he's always mingling from group to group. He's the life of the party. He's talking to different people. He doesn't stay in one particular place. He doesn't talk about ideas that are very serious or deep. Although he can be quite philosophical when you guys are on your own.
Sometimes, yes.
Yes, and but when he's around in a group, I'm getting like he's very unserious, very like light, very much fun to be around, but very sporty character. Yes.
Yes, virtual sporty.
Say again.
Virtual sporty.
Virtual sporty. So I want you to imagine him over here in your mind. Never say anything out loud. Just in your mind, you're going to say hello and then say his name. Even though you didn't even search for him, I'm going to try and receive his name from your mind right now. Here we go. So you'd say hello. Fayaz?
Yes. Faiz. Yes.
Fayaz? F-A-Y-A-Z? Yes.
Yes, 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 yes.
Thank you very
100%.
much. Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you so much. You were so amazing. Now, the reason why I showed you this right now is because I believe that we all have these abilities. And you know what? I've used you guys. You guys have been so fantastic. Everybody at home, give them a huge round of applause. And let's get some other people up onto the screen so we can have some more people experiencing the impossible right now. And thank you once again. You guys were fantastic. Thank you. So let's get, thank you guys. Let's get Andrea, let's get Nagina, and let's, this is Andrea, we have Andrea, sorry, we have Andrea. We have Andrea, we have Nagina, sorry about that, Andrea.
The internal node is fine with it because approvers
Oh,
don't
we have
need
some background noise. Great. And then if we could have, I think, do we have Chandra around? If not, that's totally fine. Okay, cool. So the reason why I showed you this right now is because I believe that we all connected, and I know that Jabra keeps us connected. So we're going to see if one of you can actually connect with me right now, all right? So I have different cards over here that I'm going to show you. These are called ESP cards. And the reason for them being called ESP cards is because it stands for extrasensory perception. These cards were created in the 1930s, and you can go and research this. They really were created in the 1930s.
To make your messages a lot stronger, you need to back up.
I don't know if that's from Nagina's side. Okay, cool. And we have AJ. Great. So hey, AJ. All right. So so these were really created in the 1930s, and they're also called Zener cards because there was a guy named Carl Zener who actually did these psychological experiments where somebody would stand in one room, another person would stand in another, and they would try to read each other's minds. So I also have some duplicate cards over here that match these, and I also have an envelope that I'm going to open up right at the end. Okay. So yes, someone is so someone's having noise in the background. I'm not too sure who that was, but Andrea, I keep saying it incorrectly. Andrea, if you had to look at these objects, they could resemble the circle of life, an aeroplane, an ocean, thinking outside of the box, and Twinkle Little Star, a children's nursery rhyme. I want you to get a simple object that you could draw coming into your head right now. Any object that you'd see around the home or outside, get that into your mind right now. And what is that simple object, Andrea?
It's a bag.
Say again?
Bag.
A bag. Like a handbag?
Yeah.
Like a handbag. Okay, cool. Or like a backpack?
Backpack.
A backpack. Okay, cool. So we've got a backpack, and then we've got Nagina. And Nagina, if you had to think of the idea of a backpack, could you get a simple word associated with backpack coming into your mind right now? Nagina, if you could unmute yourself. Yes? Could you get like a simple word coming into your mind that's associated with backpack?
Backpack. Okay.
Yes. What is so you have a word in your mind right now?
Word associated with backpack. Okay. Yeah.
Great. I want you to change your mind to another associated word associated with backpack.
It could be
And
anything.
It's a little bit difficult. Any associated word with backpack. Could be like picnic for the food that you carry. Just for example, could be a laptop. Have you got something?
Okay. Yeah.
Great. Now you even have a word that you didn't even know that you were going to think of initially, right?
Yeah.
And what is that word?
The kids meal that I put in.
So kids meal, is it particularly like maybe a Happy Meal from McDonald's, or is it just a kids meal in general?
No, in the kids meal in general that I put in their backpacks when I send them to nursery.
Right. So kids meal, I love it. So AJ, we're going to get back to the idea of kids meal and backpack in just a moment. You guys can keep yourself unmuted. We've sorted out the sound, which is great. And AJ, if you could unmute yourself. So Andrea, you can keep yourself unmuted. I have some duplicate cards over here. I'm going to see if you can connect with me right now. So AJ, I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to imagine yourself walking down a path in your mind. Allow yourself to become relaxed. And you're hearing a river flowing around you. And you see the colors blue and green. Open up your eyes. Now, AJ, I have no idea if we got this with you right now. But we're going to see, okay? So we're going to see if you can actually connect with me right now. So I put you into a heightened state of awareness, but also a relaxed state of being at the same time. So let's see if you can get this one. If you had to look at me right now, AJ, and tell me what card this matches with, which one would you say?
Yes.
You can tell me?
The river.
The river, the wavy lines.
The wavy lines, yes.
Is there any reason why you chose the wavy lines?
Because of the closed mindset that you told me to dream about, or like, think about.
This is so crazy. So crazy. So let's try this again, AJ. I'm going to mix these up, and this time you're going to use your intuition. So let's take this one over here. Which one do you think this matches with?
The star?
The star right over here.
Yes.
Do you want to change your mind, or you're happy?
I'm happy.
If you got this, AJ. Yes. So look, we'll try it again. We'll try it again. But this time, I want you to get all 5 correct. So, you know what? I'm going to keep this one aside. I think this one you're going to leave up until last. So, AJ, if I had to take this one over here, where do you think I should put it?
The circle.
The circle right over here, right?
Yes.
You want it on the circle?
No, circle, yes.
Yes. And this one?
The square.
The square right over here. So, AJ, do you want to change these around, or you're happy?
I'm happy.
So you want this one to go over here with the plus, right?
Yes.
I'm so glad you left the plus sign up until last. AJ, I have no idea if you got these, but if you did, yes, 100% correct. So crazy. Now, AJ, you were able to create the impossible even in these difficult times, and that's why I do what I do, to make the impossible possible and to inspire you to believe that it is actually possible. And what's even crazier is, before we got started, I actually told you about this envelope that's been sitting here the entire time. There's been something sitting inside it, a piece of paper, in fact, that I drew on before the show even began. In fact, I drew exactly a backpack. You guys can see that over there, yes? And what's even crazier is, Nagina, you could have chosen absolutely any word, but you changed your mind and you ended up on a word that you didn't even know that you were going to think of. And what was that word? The word that you ended up choosing?
The word that I ended up choosing, as I told you already.
Yes, it was kids meal, right?
The kids meal, yeah. Yeah, kids meal.
Nagina, I don't always get this right, but today I did.
Wow. Amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing, really.
Thank you very much, guys. So you guys have been so cool. We've got one last effect for all of you. So I want to keep you up here on the screen with me. I actually had a dream last night, and I really love superheroes. And this is probably why I had this dream, because I dreamt that there was an evil villain that tried to take over the world, and there was a superhero that came to save the day. And like in all good stories, there was love involved. And he saved the love of his life. So you guys are going to create this here today. In fact, I don't know if it's possible to get one more person up on the screen. Otherwise, we're going to get you guys just to choose 2 items in the story, okay? So AJ, if you could create the supervillain for me. And Andrea, yeah, so we can get a 5th screen up. That would be amazing. Andrea, you're going to choose our superhero. Ahmed is totally cool. We can use Ahmed. Yes. And Nagina, you're going to think of the love of our superhero's life. And if we could get a 5th person up, that would be Ahmed. Ahmed, you're going to think of our weapon. the weapon that our superhero is going to use. Okay, so the only rules is that these superheroes, supervillains, weapons, love of the life, all those kinds of items that you're going to be thinking of have to exist in a comic book already, or in a fairy tale, or it has to be a completely made up name. So AJ, what is our supervillain's name?
Mogambo.
Mogambo?
Yes.
Just want to make sure that I'm writing this correct. Like that?
Yes, please.
Great. And Andrea, what is our superhero's name?
Arrow.
Arrow. Yes?
Yes.
Arrow. So Arrow is going to defeat Mogambo. And how is he going to defeat him, Ahmed? With what? What weapon?
A machete.
A machete. Okay, great. I like it. So I think it's SJE.
Yeah, something like that. It's fine. It's fine.
Yes, machete. Right. And then Nagina, what is the love of Arrow's life? What is her name?
You mean the superheroes that the love of the superhero that
Exactly.
I thought about?
So you can make up a totally made up name. Or you can choose somebody
Louis
from
Lane.
Lois Lane. Okay, cool. So you guys chose this. Let me just write this completely here. You chose that Mogambo was going to take over the world, and the Arrow was going to defeat Mogambo with a machete. All right? So he's going to defeat him from taking over the world, and he's going to save the love of his life, Lois Lane. You guys chose these items. You could have chosen absolutely anything, but you chose these items. And what's so crazy is before the show even began, I wrote down something on a piece of paper early this morning when I woke up. In fact, I wrote down my dream, and that dream I wrote on a piece of paper and put inside an envelope that I put inside this wallet. This wallet has been completely sealed inside my jacket pocket the entire time. You can see there's a zipper compartment right over there. And this is the envelope that I was talking about. If I could get this out here. You guys can see that? That's the envelope right over there. Yes. This envelope is completely sealed with staples all the way around it. Staples all the way around it. You can see it's completely sealed. Yes. Look, this is the crazy part. I wrote my dream on this piece of paper, and this is what's so weird. It says, last night I had a dream. Thank you very much. You guys want to see the whole thing, right? Okay.
Yeah, of course.
It says, last night I had a dream that there was an evil villain named Mogambo.
Wow.
Wow.
That tried to take over the world, and luckily Arrow was there to save the day. Using a secret weapon called a machete. Not only did he help us win the battle, but he also saved the love of his life. Lois.
No way. Oh my God.
No. Amazing.
Thank you very much. I'm Larry Suffer. You guys have been fantastic. Thank you.
Amazing, Larry.
Amazing, Larry. You're great.
How?
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Larry. Thanks for putting such a spectacular show for all of us. I'm sure that I can say it on behalf of all the attendees today that we've been completely blown away by your performance, and we look forward to seeing you again during our future events. I would now like to invite Per, who is the BDM for video at Jabra for South EMEA, to talk about Meet Anywhere, Pancast, and Speak.
Hey. Good morning. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay, good morning and welcome everybody. I'm very glad to take part of this event, even if I would have preferred to meet you face to face, of course. My name is Pierre Dupaty. As you can notice, I'm French with my accent, and I'm based in near Paris, and I'm looking after the South region. And South region start from Amsterdam and go to South Africa. So next slide, please. Evolution of the workplace. Okay, thank you. First of all, let's make a step back before the pandemic, which were at that time the main trend affecting the workplace. We talk about before pandemic and after pandemic later. Next slide, please. So in this slide, we can easily assume three main tendencies. We spend less time working alone. Our working tasks become more and more complex, and we necessarily need to collaborate with other teams in order to solve them. And the last one is we spend more time collaborating virtually. Let me repeat myself once again. This was before the pandemic, of course. Large meetings is not this slide. Sorry. Use this one. So next slide, please. Yes, okay. Let's now analyze now how the meeting rooms environment had changed over the years. Firstly, the size of meeting room changed in the past. Big meetings room were little used. How many of you already had 2 people using a 60 square meters room, and this without taking into account the real estate cost of such big meeting spaces? This explains why we assisted to the rise of the small meeting rooms called huddle rooms. Now let me explain what is. Let me explain the huddle room. It's not a room which you necessarily need to book. It's a small room up to 15 square meters, and up to 4 to 6 people. It's for flexible and rapid meetings, speeding up the collaboration workload. And most of them, the room are equipped with video conferencing solution. So you go in this small meeting room, you set up your call, you set up your meeting, and 20 minutes or 30 minutes later, you stop the call, you stop the meeting. Why video? Communication is more than sound, as you know, of course. You all attended a lot of phone meetings your career. Your career at the beginning, you are attentive to the meeting. Then after 10 minutes, you start to check your emails. You start to look your smartphone. You go to internet. So you are not attentive. But with video, you capture the attention of the audience. Let me take an example. Nigina, we decided to give you a special bonus for the preparation of this fantastic event. So if you look at Nigina, you can immediately see a reaction to what I've just said, thanks to the video. So Nigina seems to be happy, of course, because we will give a significant bonus. So sorry, Nigina, it was just to make an example. Next slide, please. No, slide before. Video collaboration has many benefits. Again, when your customer use video collaboration and productivity are improved, of course. Meetings are more efficient and you spend less time on meetings, of course. Jabra Panacast. So let's start with a short video. So maybe we don't have the video. Sorry for that. Maybe later. Okay. So most of you, I hope, already know this product. If not, let me recap. Let me recap the main feature and advantages. Next slide, please. Challenges with traditional technology. The first unique feature of the product is the 180 degrees field of view. Let me show you an example in the slide with the camera from competition on the left of the slide, which has a field of view of 120 degrees. On the right of the slide, in pink color, you see how much space is wasted, up to 40%, as a consequence of this field of view. So you have 120, and for Panacas, 180. Now, with the 180-degree Panacast, with the Panacast and its 180 field of view, no space wasted with Panacast, as the room is entire covered. You can see on the slide, on the right of the slide, and on the left of the slide. Another important key feature is our own Vivid HDR technology, which is able to accommodate and optimize the luminosity of the picture, despite some lighting constraint like backlight or simply poor light, which is very common scenario in most of our meeting rooms. So most of your meetings, we have windows, and unfortunately, it's very painful to have a meeting with a with a light. Intelligent zoom. Another feature again, it's our intelligent zoom. So now with Panacast, no need to have a remote control. The Panacast is able to detect people in the room and include them all in the picture automatically, no matter whether you are alone or your colleagues are joined you during the meeting. You are alone in the meeting, the camera zoom on you. If someone in one of your colleagues come in the meeting room, automatically the zoom will take two people. We give the possibility for free to download the Panacast SDK or API for the detection, in order to build up additional features like counting the number of people in the room or checking the good usage of each room, for example. For example, with the people counting, you can easily know if the room is used or not. One example. So to resume, the Jabra Panacast is a professional tool for video conferencing, which gives extreme flexibility and which is compatible with most part of video conferencing platform out there. But we speak about platform and compatibility later. Now, so compatibility and installation. So, like I said, it's plug and play USB device. Thus, so yes, as it's a device, a USB device, it's compatible for all platforms like Zoom, like Teams, like BlueJean, like Slack, all the brands you can see here on the slide. You can also add Starleaf, for example. Zoom, yes. Now today's Jabra Panacast is Zoom certified and Zoom Room certified. So easily you plug and the Panacast is plug and play device, and you set up the call with Zoom. Same for Teams. The next slide. Same for Teams. Microsoft certification. So it's MS Teams, and now MTR. So we are certified and compatible with all the MTR device either HP Slice, Lenovo SmartHub 500, and all platforms. So with our new Speak 750, you can set up video calls easily and take advantage of the team certification one button to call. Let's watch a short video. I hope that there is a video now.
The 2020s are here, and as we usher in a new decade, what's changed? Remote collaboration, all day, every day. The collaboration hub of choice for the 2020s is Microsoft Teams with a high-quality audio and video solution. We've all been in a meeting where you can't see everyone on screen, or where stilted audio interrupts the conversation flow. We engineered the Teams certified Jabra Panicast to include everyone in the meeting with a unique 180-degree field of view. And everyone can be heard with the rich simultaneous audio of the Teams certified Jabra Speak 750. Meeting rooms that are certified, compatible, and ready to work with Teams? Check. We then thought, how can we make it even easier? With plug-and-play connectivity, you are always ready to go, allowing your teams to focus on what really matters. With our dedicated Microsoft Teams button, it's never been easier to collaborate. Meeting ready in an instant at the touch of a button? Check. So why are certified devices important? Well, thanks to our in-depth integration, using Teams with a certified Jabra product makes the whole experience seamless. That's good because, well, the more your team uses Teams and love it, the more they'll love Teams and use it. A Teams experience that your team will love? Check. We're ready when you are. Ready for your team. Ready for Teams.
Yes, to sum up, yes, Jabra Panicast is a plug-and-play device. If you can see, on the slide, you have on the left of the slide, you have your laptop. You have you can sell and you can purchase a hub. So you have HDMI port, USB-C, USB-A. You plug the Speak 750, and now you plug the Panicast. So easy to use, play Panicast on the hub. You connect the hub on your laptop, then the video call can start easily and with mobility. Once again, easy to use with MTR or Zoom Room, plug and play. No need to bring your laptop in the room, just to launch the code through Teams or Zoom. New at Jabra, we decided to launch with HP a bundle. HP Slice, one of the MTR player, as you know, in the market, where to start to launch in the South region and at the EMEA level. So yes, we are very confident on this new approach and new bundle. So now you are totally convinced of a Panicast product. And when you will deploy thousands and thousands of Panicast devices for your customer, you will need to monitor and to control video cameras. Jabra have the answer with Jabra Direct or Jabra Express cloud services. For example, I can reduce easily the field of view from 180 degree to 140 degree or 120 degree to all my install base in one click through Jabra Express or Jabra Direct. You can also monitor, of course, your headset install base and many other things. So we talk about before pandemic. Now we talk about after pandemic. The world of work has changed. Circumstances have forced us to work from home, and in order to keep adequate safety distance when returning to the office, the workspace have sometimes had to be redesigned. The need for flexibility of work tools. At the same time, increasingly complex tasks and dispersed teams equal increased needs for collaboration. These trends are not just the effect of the COVID. They are trends that we are already there before, but the situation is very changed. We now need to be able to do safety, and now we are going to face a mix of people using a mix of people using different places to work by using different technological configuration, computer, audio, and video device, for example, and different platform, as we know before. However, what does not change is that the tasks remain complex, and the best way to solve them it is to collaborate. Another thing that does not change is that distraction and interruptions remain a major problem, preventing people from achieving the level of productivity they could. Particularly in the case of work from anywhere, there are still noises and distraction, but not necessarily the same ones we saw before the pandemic. Let's see. Two ways of collaborating in the new normal. Looking into the near future, whether people are more present in the office or who work more outside of it. A quality video and audio solution will allow us to be productive as possible, respecting the sanitary measures, social distancing. So it's a good. This slide is a good example. As you can see in the image, identifying the red areas at the bottom of the illustration with a traditional video camera with a maximum opening angle at 120 in red degrees. Maintaining the required distancing and being visible in video conferencing is extremely difficult or even impossible. But with the 180 degrees viewing angle, refer to the yellow arrow in the illustration, those present can maintain safe distances while being visible and therefore actively participate in the video conference. Here is another way to illustrate the product. One the left with 120 degree. Field of view. The viewing angle makes social distancing and active participation difficult during the call. On the right, on the contrary, however, the two seats marked with a red cross can be left empty to allow participants to be seen while respecting social distancing thanks to the 180-degree view. Sounds good, doesn't it? Maybe too much to be true. Some of you must be thinking. Here is what the product looks like in concrete terms. So a good example, starting from us. On April 30, 2020, the GN Group's first ever global briefing took place virtually in it. In the general management made an update of the current situation of our company. In this 15 minutes lecture, our CFO, our CEO, and GN Hearing, and our CEO of GN Audio used the Panacast camera in this way, all while maintaining the recommended safety distances. Jabra Panacast in the office. Thus, inside the office, small meeting rooms can be configured this way. The Jabra Panacast is certified for use with Microsoft Teams, like I said, and Zoom, and can be installed anywhere, choosing either the wall mount or the desktop mount. If a permanent installation is required, the wall mount is a great option, while if the camera to be used in different room or meeting space. The table sound help support in this more flexible approach. Okay, let's stop 1 minute. I show you the Panacast. You can see my hand. So now the Panacast, and the Panacast is small like that. So you have the Panacast with the 3 eyes here, and here you have the stable stand. You put behind your laptop. Easy to use. Smart Zone function automatically adjusts to capture everyone in the room with its unique 180 field of view. It can be perfectly complemented with one of the products from the Jabra Speak range, such as the Speak 750, of course. Many companies are now looking for new collaboration space in their office. Look at on the right of the slide. Jabra Panacast, thanks to its unique flexibility and compatibility, can help companies to create video conferencing space where they never thought it could have been possible. Just use a Panacast, a tripod, and speak to multiply collaboration space out of office. It's typically the other room. You go, you launch your call, you launch your meeting, and no need to book the room. A lot of sector which never. You could ask me, where can I sell Jabra Panacast? A lot of sector which never considered video conferencing before and now obliged to face this challenge, as they have to be able to keep on working and deliver their services. For example, first one, government, local public bodies, but must be able to provide their services to the community they serve despite the coronavirus. Else, of course, else the term telemedicine has existed for some times now without being really anchored in many countries. Minimizing person-to-person contact where possible will lead to an increase in the number of online visits. Education, yes, very important target. Student engagement is a challenge that many teachers have faced with the recent shift to distance education. Ways to improve this include using props for demo session and whiteboards to give students different perspective of the content. As we know, people retain information better than when it is transmitted in different ways. Panacast can help teachers use these different teaching methods and therefore improve student engagement. Education is also a key function within companies with training courses, new procedure policies, skill and interviews with candidates, the same principle. Therefore, applies to education in the world of business. You can see now. I take the example of France. Now some universities start to reclose, and they need now to have some learning distance. And some university has already choose Panacast for learning distance training. That's it for me. Thank you very much for attending this session.
Thanks, Pierre. Thanks for a very informative session. I would now like to invite Andrea, who is the Sales Manager for Transportation and Logistics for EMEA South, to give us an insight into Blue Parrot. Hi, Andrea. Andrea, if you can unmute yourself.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you again for the introduction, and good morning, good afternoon to all of you. So I'm really glad to be here to carry you around some applications that are not really in the office. So still now, my colleagues has explained you how GN through Jabra and Panacast is really the best solution for whole office UC communication. So Blue Parrot is the natural complement of this offer because we are really going through what is today intended to be the real blue collar or first line worker or front line employees world. So differences in the needs are clear. So we are talking about an environment that is a little bit tough with performances linked to environment that are noisy, that are fulfilled by all different possibilities of being disturbed or being interrupted in the action we are doing. And after the COVID, we have also to think about that the security, that these social distances has to be respected also in this area. So not only in the offices, but also in environment like warehouses, production line, field, and etc. So why we have to think about Blue Parrot and why we have to choose Blue Parrot? 5 points, really. 5 points that has to be reminded in this. We have today companies, we have today, production, and we have today an product offer that is based on industry-leading noise cancellation. So meaning 96% of your environment should be cancelled or is really cancelled by the microphone performances. We are talking about product that has to be wear all the day long. So we have to think about 8 to 10 hours work continuously with a headset on your head while you are moving. So while you are mobile in your environment. But during all this time, you have to be connected and surely connected with all the other actors around you that should be your colleagues or should also be colleagues that are far away from you, even on other regions we will see after with some software application. In this case, we are assuring at least 24 hours talking life of battery, so meaning 500 hours in standby, just to give you an idea of these performances. And in terms of high durability for environment, we are talking really about industrial performances. IP grade are today the level of judging the performances of resistance of a product. So meaning avoiding dust to interrupt the use of your headset, avoiding water to break down your headset, and etc. So this is the IP degrees from 54 up to 65, meaning that we are really in the full performances to be resistant to this kind of environment. And last but not least, the dedicated power button. So we are the only one today offering on the market a dedicated button that should be personalized for push to talk or walkie-talkie communication. And this button is allowing you to do, as we said before, free hands talk. What means that by the using of just one finger, you can put out a call or launch a message without having any devices in your hands. So today we are thinking about mobile people because they are using at least an Android platform based mobile phone or PDA devices. So this kind of tool should also remain in your pocket while you are performing this. And where we are finding all these kind of needs? Well, in numerous industries. Here we have some of the main today that are the professional driving, the field services, the retail industries, warehousing, but not limited to this. We can imagine also manufacturing processes, airports, and other areas and other environment where you need to be connected, as we said, in security, but with also the responsibility of being connected with a clear and custom. Well, have a look inside these different industries, who they are, the actors, who they are, the employees needing this kind of solution. For sure, if you're looking for professional driving, today we can imagine drivers that are going around with the truck all the day, delivering packets, for example. So we need also to be connected with your head office, exchanging information or receiving information. If we're talking about field services is a large word because from the technician that are, for example, a telecom technician or energy supply technician or any kind of technician guys being involved in a process of repairing or maintaining or doing something has to be as well connected, especially after the COVID, where the proximity of another colleagues or the proximity of information share are really difficult. These guys need really to be connected in the best way. If you are thinking about the retail environment is a large market because it's today not only the store, so where we are seeing steward and hostess walking around the stores, helping us to making our daily shopping, but we have also to think about the e-commerce handling that today is multiplied by double digits due to the COVID. And we have also to think about the small stores in warehouses stock, or the big warehouses stock, where you have to handle daily thousand and thousand of boxes and deliveries and etc. So this is really an environment where we need this kind of headset today. And not last, the warehousing, classical warehousing handling, that is just the managing of the stock of your day business. As I said before, the needs of communication is not only a need, an internal need, but also an external need. So for example, today Blue Parrot is the partner for the new walkie-talkie platform that Microsoft is launching through the Teams software, Teams application. Why the walkie-talkie? But as we said before, because people need to talk, and these are the front line, these are the first line worker, these are what we call the blue collar as before. So these guys need to interact today with an internal network that is made by their all colleagues as white collar, so offices, as well as field employees. And we have also to think about these guys to exchange information with outside or external or far away stakeholder that needs to be informed of some performances, of some thing happen. And we need also to see these guys connected with other support, from example, maintenance support or external people acting with their machine. So the walkie-talkie is really one of these kind of platforms that allowing push-to-talk communication in hands-free. Hands-free, why? Because thanks to our blue button, we can do this kind of call directly from the headset without taking the mobile device in your hands. So you keep the mobile device in your pocket, walking around, doing what you're doing. You have a message to launch. You just push with your finger the blue button, and you can send out the message to all your contacts. So this is really an out-of-the-box configuration. No need of specific software or firmware configuration. Everything has already been done, embedded on the headset, embedded on the platform of Teams as well. We are not only working with these guys, but we are also thinking about a larger ecosystem, because as we are talking about before in retail and warehousing, we know that this kind of people is also using to other performances like barcode reading, especially. So Blue Parrot is today working with the main vendors of the market, assuring that our headsets are connected through Bluetooth platform to all of them. And while you are using this kind of hardware, you have also to be sure that from a software point of view, your hardware is perfectly connected through the headset to this software, because we are the bridge between this kind of world, and we are the real link between all of them. So we are already working with Microsoft Teams, with Kodiak, Motorola, with some other software houses, industrial software houses, again, to assure that our assets are perfectly matching and perfectly linked with them without any other effort when you are doing this. Another partnership that has been just closed by Blue Parrot, and we are proud of this, is the partnership with the Zebra. Zebra is one of the main PDA mobile vendors known in the market. It is actually owning 60% of the worldwide market share about this kind of application. And they have pushed a lot on this communication platform. Today, they have on their solution, Workforce Connect, a push-to-talk performance that is PTT Pro. And again, because they understand that we have to be connected, we need to communicate in a clear way. One thing also important to know is the differences between the Jabra portfolio and the Blue Parrot portfolio is that most of the headset offered by Blue Parrot are mono, because you cannot be disconnected by your environment in most of the application. So again, to be in a secure configuration, you have to be aware of what is happening around you. But this is not meaning that you do not have a clear sound or a clear information to be passed through. So our performances are for sure equal to the stereo sound that you can have with a normal one. So now, just to conclude a little bit more about this blue part word and how is the high noise environment liking, I would like to share with you a video that is really putting together all the performances I have just talked to you. Thanks, Alex.
Hey, buddy. Let me show you some of the cool features of these Blue Parrot headsets. For starters, they have a wireless range of up to 300 feet, so I'm just going to leave my phone in my truck while I do this demo. There's also the Blue Parrot button that I can use to perform a range of operations. And using the Blue Parrot app, I can customize it just the way I want it. For instance, a push-to-talk function that lets me reach up to 4 colleagues at the same time. Gents, new sheets in room 237. Pronto. Got it. With the voice control feature, I can use them while my hands are busy.
A3218.
Next.
B174.
Ah, there we go.
You know, I can even keep talking in the noisiest of environments because these headsets, they block out 96% of the noise around me.
They're also fully convertible, so I can wear them around my neck when I need to. And with a battery life of more than 24 hours, well, I could go on and on and on and on about the many exciting features of these headsets. But you know what? Let's just leave it there. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Okay.
There is one more thing. They're also water resistant.
And dust resistant. Let's just go to the product info screen. Really? Come on, guys.
Thank you to everybody to attending this side of production and side of videos. Thank you.
Thanks, Andre. It was a pleasure to have you join us for the summit, and thanks for the very informative session. So now we have, we're reaching towards the close of the summit, but this is the part of the summit that will tell us how attentive our attendees were, today during the summit. So we have a quiz which is planned for you guys, and you can win very exciting prizes. Again, you will be judged on the correctness of your answer as well as your speed of replying. So over to you, Alex. Let's start with the quiz. Yeah, wishing you all the best to all the attendees. Yeah, please. It's a short quiz. So the first question is, which Evolve 2 headset is corded? There are 3 options in front of you. You need to choose the right option. Which Evolve 2 headset is corded? Moving on to the next question, how many microphones does Evolve 2? Alex, if you can remove me from the full screen because I'm not able to see the questions. Yeah, so please, if you can remove me from the full screen. So on the leaderboard, we have Mubin Akhtar, we have Shabir in the second place. Let's see our next question. The Evolve to Busy Light is there are two options in front of you. You need to choose the right option. And we have Shabir in the first place, Sagar Saxena in the second place. The next question is, which Evolve 2 headset have 40 leak tolerant speakers? Again, three options in front of you. You need to choose the correct option. The next question, why is Evolve 285 perfect for flexible modern worker that works from anywhere? There are four options in front of you. We now have Mubin in the first place, Sagar is retaining the second place, and we have Raj in the third place on the leaderboard. The next question, how long does the battery of Evolve 265 last? Is it 27 hours? Is it 37 hours? Is it 17 hours? The correct answer here is 37 hours. And let's have a look at the leaderboard. We have Mubin in the first place, and in second place we still have Sagar, and Raj is retaining the third place on the leaderboard. Let's have a look at our next question. The Evolve 2 range is, so you need to complete it. The Evolve 2 range is it UC certified, and micro team certified, or is it UC certified, micro team certified, and open office policies? So three options in front of you. The correct answer here is UC certified, micro team certified, and open office policies. Let's see how many participants got it right. So in terms of the leaderboard, we have Sagar now in the first place, followed by Raj in the second place, and Mubin in the third place. Let's move on to the next question. Why does the Evolve 2 range deliver superior comfort? There are four options in front of you. You need to choose the right answer. The correct answer here is all of the above. So all the options, the first three options were correct. And let's have a quick look at our leaderboard. So we still have Sagar in the first place, followed by Raj and Mubin. Let's have a look at our next question. Which Evolve 2 headset has digital hybrid ANC? Is it Evolve 240? Is it Evolve 265? Or is it Evolve 285? Once again, which Evolve 2 headset has digital hybrid ANC? The correct answer is Evolve 285, and yes, 65% of our participants got the answer right. So we have Sagar in the first place, followed by Raj and Mubin. The next question, complete the sentence. Evolve 2 is not just new in every way it is. It's the new way, it's the new standard, it's the new quality, so you need to choose the right option. The correct answer here is the new standard, and 64.3% of the participants got it right. So for the leaderboard, we have Sagar in the first place, followed by Raj and Mubin. So this is the final leaderboard, the final podium. We have Sagar, who has won himself a Samsung Galaxy Tab. We have Raj in the second place, and he has won himself year's subscription of Netflix. And we have Mubin in the third place with the 6-month subscription of Netflix. Before we do a close of today's summit, I also want to remind you that we have the race of the champions. So there's a game which will be active after the formal sessions. After I'm done speaking, you will still get a chance to go and try your luck at playing the game. If you are one of the lucky winners, you will get a couple passes for Ferrari World in Abu Dhabi. This brings us to a close of today's summit. I would like to thank all of you for joining us. And if you have any requirements for Jabra, please feel free to reach out to us. Our teams are there to support you. And please reach out to your Westcon account manager if you need any details on how Westcon and Jabra can assist you. As promised to you earlier, we will be making a small donation on behalf of each one of our attendees who joined us today for the summit. The proceeds will go towards initiatives being carried out by UNICEF in Bangladesh and India, as well as Lebanese Red Cross towards the rehabilitation efforts in Lebanon. With that, I would like to thank you once again, and we look forward to seeing you during our future events. Thank you.